So, boys, I stay tuned. There's a gewaldige podcast. Rabbi Steve Geller does a gewaldige Zach, and that'll be coming out this week. Torah Giants on Chumash. Shalom Uvrach, and welcome to the weekly piece on the Parsha from Torah Giants on Chumash, written by Rabbi Rabbi Goodman, the Rabbi Emeritus of Yunus Rockaway. Sit back and enjoy.
Welcome to Torah Giants on Chumash. I'm Steve Geller. This week, Rabbi Goodman brings together psukim from many sources to explain a basic concept that we'll never forget. Coincidentally, it also resolves a debate I had this very week with a very dear old friend Nachum, by all measures himself a Torah giant. Now, if you obey Hashem to observe all the commandments, which I command you this day, Hashem will set you high above all the nations of the earth. A midrash in Dvarim Rabbah records an interesting comment by Rav Nachman. Whoever comes to the synagogue and hear words of Torah will merit to sit with the tzaddikim in the world to come. As it is written, an ear that listens to tochachas chayim, admonitions of life, will dwell amongst the sages. How did this midrash derive the specific idea of coming to the synagogue to hear Torah? And how is the Torah derived from the expression tochachas chayim, admonitions of life? Here's an analysis of Rav Nassan Leibish Ashkenazi, Rav of Tizminitz, Ukraine. Many commentators indicate that Eretz Yisroel is called the land of the living, Eretz HaChayim. In Tehillim, es halech lifnei Hashem, I shall walk before Hashem, ba'artzos HaChayim, in the lands of the living. Commentators explain the pasuk, I shall walk before Hashem in the lands of the living, to mean only in Eretz Yisroel can one walk before, in other words, in front of Hashem without his support, compared to Galus, where one needs Hashem's support. For this reason, Rav Yochanan in Gemara Brachas expressed astonishment that there were old Jews living in Galus, in Bavel. When he heard that they come twice a day to the synagogue, he understood. Originally, he knew that only Eretz Yisroel is called the land of the living. Now he knew that the synagogue is also a place of the living, for there the soul is aware of the divine presence of the living God. As we see in a pasuk in Dvarim, while you who held fast to Hashem, Chaim Kulchem Hayom, are all alive today. The Torah is also called life, as in the expression, Eitz Chaim Hi. She is a tree of life, L'machazikim Ba, to those who grasp her. We may now explain Rav Nachman's thinking. Since Shlomo wrote admonitions of life, it was to differentiate between them and admonitions of a general nature, which might or might not be worthwhile. Life can refer to either the Torah or the synagogue. Hence, he explained that both are alluded to in this pasuk. Hearing the Torah of life in the synagogue of life grants one the merit to reside amongst the tzaddikim in the future world. Since in our pasuk the term listen is doubled, v'haya im shemoa tishma. Rabbi Goodman doesn't mention it, but I think this is also proven by that pasuk in Tehillim. Notice that it mentions ba'artzos hachayim, the lands of the living. Now it's very good. What are the lands of the living? It's Eretz Yisroel and the synagogues and Batei Medrashim that we make into artzos hachayim. Rav Nachman interpreted it by separating them as follows. If you listen, in other words, if you hearken to the Torah in this world, you will hear the voice of your God, and you will continue to hear that voice of Torah sitting with tzaddikim in the other world. So, my friend Nachum, I think this answers the debate we had about Eretz Yisroel, and I don't have to tell anyone who won the debate. Nachum wins every debate. Thank you all for continuing to hear the voice of Torah from Rabbi Goodman. Let's continue to spread that voice by liking this video, subscribing to the YouTube channel, and most important, hit that share button and paste the link to this video to share it in texts, email, or your social media of choice. They'll all appreciate you for it. It's the easiest mitzvah of Talmud Torah, and it realizes the life's work of our own Rabbi Yitzchak Meir Goodman.